Hey, what's going on everyone? Simpsons Man here, and if you've been following my YouTube channel for a while now, you remember that I used to do this series a while back. It was Ask the Simpsons Man. We only did 5 parts, and part 6 was left behind back from 2021. I've been asked a billion questions since that, so I decided to reboot the series. So 3 years later, we are going to do Ask the Simpsons Man Part 6. So we are going to start off with the very first question. And they ask, I love the future episodes where they are older. Do you think the series should age the cast? And no, honestly, I do not think that. They have done episodes before on the show where it shows that they are older, but honestly, keep them the age they are. It's a cartoon, and usually cartoons never age. Next question is coming from Girl of All Girls, and she asks, which character grew on you over time? There's definitely been a few different characters that have grew on me over time, but honestly, I want to say it's Hank Scorpio, and it grew on me so much that he is my favorite character in all of The Simpsons. The next question actually comes from my good friend, The Simpsons IG, and he says, after we all die, do you think The Simpsons will still be running new seasons? What's your prediction for the final year? So definitely there's not going to be new seasons after we all pass away, unless God forbid we pass away early. I honestly think The Simpsons only have maybe 5 to 10 years left. The voice actors are getting older, and yes, I guess AI could step in, but I think at that point they would definitely just end the show. And what's the prediction for its final year? I would honestly say that probably around the year 2030 would probably be around its final year. Stacy asks, do you watch The Simpsons every day, a few days a week, or just on Sundays? And be honest. To be honest, there isn't any type of random day or any type of way that I do watch it. But I will tell you this, that back in the day when I had my normal 9-to-5 job, a lot of times I would have The Simpsons on my second monitor. My old job didn't care if I was watching movies, cartoons, whatever, as long as I did get my work done. During the new season, I try to catch it on Sundays, but it honestly just depends on what's going on that day. Honestly, sometimes I might forget or I might just have other things going on, but for the new season, I do try to catch it on Sundays. Great question. Short Circuit 2 asks, in my opinion, Bart is the most underrated character, tarnished by his being marketed as the extreme, quote, Dennis the Menace, unquote, for the 90s. What's your favorite bizarre, out of nowhere Bart quote? There's definitely too many to choose from, like cowabunga, don't have a cow man, eat my shorts, but my favorite quote that he said, and it's just going to be a one-word phrase, is whenever he steals Kent Brockman's Danish and he says, yoink. I don't know why that has stuck with me, to the fact that I say that so much that a few of my friends in real life here actually have my name in their phone as Yoink. So that's it. It's Yoink. So we've already done 5 questions. Let's do at least a few more, and then we are going to be doing a part 7 in a few weeks from now. Hank Schwank asks, do you like the newest seasons? And always, this is such a controversial topic just because so many people hate, and I mean hate, the newer seasons. But to be honest, they are very hit and miss, sometimes more miss than hit. But lately, especially the past like 2 or 3 seasons, have been really, really good, in my opinion. They've brought back some old references like Mr. Sparkle, and just, I mean, they're good. Like, I honestly could say they're good. And no, I'm not paid by Fox or Disney, you know, anything with The Simpsons. I just have my own opinion, and I do enjoy them. So, do you like the newest seasons? Yes, I do. Tippleglass asks, favorite alt character, i.e. not one of the main characters. We like Dr. Nick. We like Dr. Nick. So I already had said this earlier, and if you've watched any of my YouTube videos, TikToks, anything like that, you know that I love Hank Scorpio. Hank Scorpio, to me, is one of my favorite characters out of the whole entire show. That is not one of the main characters. I honestly thought they were going to make the Simpsons movie about Hank Scorpio. Yes, that was rumored to be the actual movie. So who knows? Maybe they'll bring him back for the second movie. I mean, he hasn't been around since the first movie. Did he die? Did he leave? What happened to him in the first movie? But yeah, it's definitely Hank Scorpio. Cash Prabhu asks, favorite Simpson season? And this one, I mean, I get asked this probably almost every single day, or at least a few times a week. And I want to say that it could be anywhere from like season 3 to season 10. But if I had to narrow it down, maybe 6, 7, or 8. It's very, very hard to just choose one of those 3 just because there's so, and I mean so many good episodes in between those. So I can't give you an exact answer on that. But I will say that it's either going to be season 6, 7, or 8. Literally any of those 3 could be the answer. Crafting Spalding asks, hi, I was wondering, why did you start collecting Simpson stuff? What was the first thing you got that made you decide to collect Simpson stuff? Side question, do you collect anything other than Simpsons? So what is that? 1, 2, and 3. So we got 3 questions in one. So let's go ahead and answer all of them. The first one is, I was wondering why you started collecting Simpson stuff. To be honest, I've always enjoyed the show, and I was not really looking for a hobby, but it's going to be kind of answered in the second part. So the second part is saying, what was the first thing that made you decide to collect? So this kind of answers the first one. So one day I was at the gym, just got done with a workout. My friend Keel goes to his car and said, hey, actually, wait a second. I have something for you. He comes back from his car with a Simpsons trivia game that he found at Goodwill. He's like a really big Star Wars collector's guy. So he's always out and about trying to find Star Wars items, but he found the Simpsons thing and he knew that I liked the Simpsons. So he said, hey man, I thought you would like this. And it's just a Simpsons trivia game. I didn't think anything of it, but I was like, oh, cool. I appreciate that. So, took it home, put it up on my little shelf area that I had in my closet. Nothing, I didn't have anything else Simpsons. And then I was like, you know what? It started making me wonder hey, what other Simpson things are out there? Let me try to maybe get something else next. What's going to be next? So a week or two later, I was at a comic book store and I saw they had a crazy Simpsons display. So I was just like, you know what? I think I'm just going to pick some of these up. And that pretty much started it. That one trivia game made me just want to get more and more Simpsons. This was about 10 years ago or so. And then I was like, you know what? There really was only 1 or 2 other Simpsons pages on Instagram at the time. Now there's probably, I don't know, 10,000. And I just wanted to start documenting everything I had for my collection. It wasn't really going to be a crazy fan page or news page or anything like it is now. I just wanted to be hey, I picked this up from the flea market, so here it is. So I put one of my very first posts, I have the Simpsons tin on there. I have the quality and everything. We're talking 10 years ago. And that was the first thing that I got a present from my buddy Keel. It was the Simpsons trivia game. And I started collecting because of that. I started collecting because I really love the show and I just wanted more of these items. And I honestly didn't think that I would turn into quote unquote the Simpsons Man. I never thought that I was going to have a huge collection like I do now. I just thought it was going to be a small little thing here and there because I started in a very weird area in my closet. I had 5 or 6 items. It grew into a shelf, then it grew into a whole room, and now you can see I have, I don't know, a billion things. Do I collect anything besides Simpsons? I used to collect different types of skateboard decks and shoes, but no, unfortunately, I do not anymore because I kind of had to decide, do I want to go the Simpsons route or anything else? But one day, 10 years down the road or so, when the kiddo moves out of the house, maybe I'll start up a retro room because there's a lot of cool 90s nostalgia retro items that I would just love to have. So possibly I'd have one Simpsons room and one retro room. Crazy question. Thank you so much. I love it. And for my last question, we have Criminal Simpsons, which is another friend of mine. And he asks, what characters did you begin to appreciate when you grew up? In my case, they are Skinner and Lionel Hutz. And, oh man, that's actually a good one. And to be honest, I could probably just say Homer. You know, you really don't appreciate a lot of the weird, quirky things that he does over the past, 35, 6, 7 years, something crazy like that. But he always puts his family first, even though he's had a billion different jobs. He's always had a house for them. He's always had transportation, food on the table. He's always done whatever it takes to make that family survive. So yes, definitely will have to go with Homer. And that is going to be it for Ask the Simpsons Man Part 6. I will be doing a Part 7 in a few weeks from now. Be on the lookout on my Instagram page because I will make a post on my Instagram and you can just put your questions down below on the post. I will choose about 10 to 15 different questions and just go from there. And as always, if you did like the video, I would appreciate a thumbs up, aka a like on this video. And if you're not a subscriber yet, do me a favor, hit the subscribe button. Every single subscription helps. I'm trying my best to get to 100,000 subscribers, and by you subscribing, it's definitely going to help. So until next time, thank you so much for listening in on another one of my Simpsons YouTube videos, and see ya!